Hi, I'm Jack Chew, the founder of #TheBigRs, and in this video I'll be answering the question on everyone's lips: what is the Big R's? #TheBigRs is a grassroots think tank whose participants hope to reform MSK practice to help it better represent a contemporary, evidence-informed model of care. We advocate a person-centred approach and therefore hugely value the patients whose voices we have integrated in all aspects of the project. We believe that the time is now for those of us on the front line of care to carve out an opportunity to enact real change. Because if not us, then who? And if not now, then when? You're still here? Here's the backstory. #TheBigRs stands for Reasoning, Responsibility and Reform, and originally represented an innovative event that me and my team here at Choose Health put on in November 2017 in partnership with fellow UK healthcare company Connect Health. A few months beforehand, I was challenged by Andrew Walton, the executive chair of Connect, who asked what I would propose to account for my analysis of the problems in MSK practice. I suggested an event that brought together some of the innovators in our field in order to establish a consensus of views and values and commit to solution-focused conversations. They gave me an inch, I took a mile. 20 people for dinner became 65 for an afternoon. I wish I could tell you about the genius strategy that explains its growth, but the rise of the Big R's has been a huge surprise because all we've done is simply listened carefully, thought as hard as we could about the issues, and then given as many people as possible a voice to share their ideas openly. It shouldn't have been novel, should it? I sensed common themes from my interviews with the best and brightest experts who were the guests on the Physio Matters podcast, and as well as those that provided regular feedback via social media, email and grabbed me at conferences. A main theme was the clear preference for reasoning over algorithmic decision making, regardless of whether the topic of discussion was how best to treat the shoulder or how best to structure an MSK service. Reasoning was forever at the heart of agreement, but there was another R word at the heart of debate: responsibility. Discussions about what an appropriate distribution of responsibility between groups and individuals should look and feel like rage on in every corner of society, with varying levels of success. But in MSK practice, and especially in my own profession of physiotherapy, we seem to have been hiding from the debate, therefore ironically failing to recognise our responsibility to speak up for what we believe in, to better serve the vulnerable people we seek to help. I sensed we were capable of engaging in a mature conversation required to better understand how therapists, managers, researchers, educators, policymakers, and most importantly, patients could share responsibility for the health of our communities and beyond. So to reform, the third of the Big R's. What if 50% of what we do is ineffective, but we don't know which 50%? On any level of analysis of MSK practice, there's bound to be things worth conserving and things worth changing. Some want to conserve a vast majority and so tinker around the edges, if at all. Others are nihilistic and wish to tear the system down to start from scratch. We advocate reform, not revolution, and through brave and thorough conversation wish to identify what to conserve and what to reform. At the moment, we have several projects ongoing, including videos, blogs, events, an online communication hub, and a manifesto for reform, which will be launched in October 2019. Our manifesto is currently being developed by around 70 volunteers who have been carefully selected to work on chapters of the manifesto which will propose policies in the following 5 key areas: evidence, governance, excellence, education, and influence. The Big R's means a great deal to people, as it is seen by many as the best chance we have to influence how evidence is integrated into policy, education, and the cultural understanding of MSK excellence. We're confident that our manifesto for reform will contain proposals that will both advance the conversation and demonstrate pragmatic policies to be rallied behind to pressure their implementation. We will be gathering signatures of support from all stakeholders and are in discussions with various organisations about endorsements of the Manifesto for Reform and our proposed think tank model. If you feel that the Big R's values resonate with you, keep an eye on the hashtag across social media, share your thoughts and materials at reform.physio/community, and keep your eyes peeled for tickets to our events, including the 2019 conference and manifesto launch at reform.physio/conference. #TheBigRs, Reasoning, Responsibility and Reform, the grassroots MSK think tank.